Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. My name is Shoma Ilara.
And I am Rebecca Ila.
So here we rant and profile solutions to situations and then our environment.
Yeah.
So the last time we ranted, it was about Japa and then ownership and then taking responsibility for our nation, our land, that Africa and Nigeria specifically must get to a point where we begin to take responsibility for our land and taking ownership.
Yeah.
So today, what are we ranting about? What?
We're ranting about principles.
Why? Why principles? So, why principles? Why values? Do you think that truly we are having values or principles in place for a developed country? What do you think? You think our nation is like this because we have right set of values? Do you think?
Well, I don't think so.
So, top of the value that you would want to talk about is the value for respect for life. We don't respect life. Our leaders do not respect life. And then even individual citizens do not have shared respect for life. As a matter of fact, we are living in an environment where we sacrifice life for things.
Very true.
We get to a point where we start using humans or body parts for the sake of getting material gains. This is madness. We have gotten to the peak of our madness. We've gotten to a point where government officials prefers to use the money that he was supposed to build roads. He prefers to use that money to buy cars. And then all of us will rally around and say, Baba Rere, Baba Care.
Crazy.
Madness. We have gotten to a point where instead of taking care of our healthcare systems, people now pride in going abroad to get health facilities. A lot has gone wrong from the fact that we've shifted our values on human to material things. So whatever could go wrong, provided my property, provided my belongings is untouched.
Yes, it's safe.
So we can't produce a viable nation or a viable continent with this wrong set of values. Or what do you think? You think the places where we are running to have the same shared opinion about the values we hold? You think that they are developing health system, creating mortgage facilities for housing, create even scholarship for education for people who can afford it?
Crazy. Because
of the fact that they hold the same sentiments towards the fact that materials is higher than human. No. In fact, there is a study now that individuals are richer than most African countries. You want to argue with, check the Forbes list, check Facebook, Metaverse. Meta, for instance, owned by Zuckerberg, is a person. He is worth over $60 billion. And then he's just an individual. Check Microsoft, Bill Gates is still alive.
Elon Musk.
Check Elon Musk, the list continue like that. It's because because nations that have produced these guys have chosen values. They have picked the value that human life worth all the investment.
Let's even look at it from this angle.
Yeah.
Now, before we can even take it down to nation, that's at that on a large scale.
Yeah.
You know. So let's even look at it from family, because that is where it starts.
Very true. Very true.
That's where all these individuals are produced.
Very true.
So let's look at the values families
Very true.
are passing to their children.
What values do you think we are passing to our children right now? What values do you think an average family in Nigeria is passing to their children? It's also, it has become even an acronym, a national acronym to see the craziness, the common values.
Exactly.
That at the end of the day is about the dough.
Yes.
It's about the dough.
Yes.
And you can't have a society that have exalted dough, money, over human lives. You know, one of the and we keep feeling these texts that the best natural resources, the best resources that God has given to earth is not gold, it's not silver. It's just places that are developed. They are not developed because of their gold.
Yeah.
In fact, the reverse is the case. Nigeria has oil, we have crude, we have mineral resources, we have gas as a natural resources, we have gold as a resources, we have iron as a resources, we have all manners of resources, yet people prefer places with no single resources, no single natural resources, but they are maximizing the biggest resources on planet Earth,
which is
human being. The value placed on
placing
human.
worth and value on humans.
So some people will say, "Oh, but how am I really infringing on these values at home in my family?" Placing career path of your children, helping them to make a career path decision based on dough and not just on the things they can do, is you are already making a decision.
On their behalf.
And imagine, someone said, he said, what if Muhammad Ali is a boxer and is considered to be the greatest boxer in the world, has been forced by parents to sing, to be a musician? And what if Michael Jackson, Wako Jaco, the biggest of pop in the world, in the history of music, has been forced to become a boxer? What disaster will it be? A lot of musicians have been forced to be a medical doctor, and a lot of area boys who are supposed to be medical doctors have been forced to be bus conductors. And you look at them and think that they have problem. No, we have problem. It's our problem because we made them.
We produced them, yes.
We produced the area boys as a result of our choice of choosing dough over values. When we see government officials making bad policies and we choose to keep quiet, we are making a decision. We are making a decision. When we fail to protest for people who can speak for themselves, we are already making decisions. We are already picking a side.
Very true.
We can't continue this way.
No.
We can't continue with the set of values that has brought us to where
this point
we are.
Yes.
And where we are is not a good place.
At all.
In terms of human resources.
At all.
It's not a good place.
At all.
You know, so we must begin to fashion our orientation even at home. Consciously to target towards values, to target towards placing human lives. It's as good as interest. It's as good as promoting passion. It's as good as asking the person, what do you want to do?
Exactly.
Not what we
You
feel
making your decisions
to do.
over them.
Because every time you do that, you are already suggesting that
You don't have a choice.
So one of the other
Taking the
ways
right
that we also are doing that at home is that we are making conscious decision almost every time not to choose humans as the value, as the asset.
Yeah.
So a child once asked his parent, he said, "Mom, who is much more important in this house, your wallet or myself?" Then the mom said, "You are the most important." He said, "But you don't trust the maid with your wallet. When you are going out, you make sure you lock your wallet inside the room and then you go out. But you trust me with the maid. So I am not important. Because if I am important, you will also lock me in the room." Meaning we are making conscious decisions in the what we consider to be the value we are offering, but yet not. Someone, instead of taking a pay cut to spend more time with their children and develop values in them, is getting higher pay somewhere with less time for their children.
And then you say it's for the children.
And you say it's for the children. And meanwhile, the person will spend most of his time with, or the person they are spending most of their time with, does not have the equal value that you would have offered if you were present. So you are making a decision. You are saying that that money
is more
important than the value you will have instilled into your children. So we are constantly making a decision. A guy, I was at a place, and a guy stepped on me, and he was shocked. He was shocked, like, wow, and he stepped on my shoe, and I just tapped his back. I said, no problem, no problem, because he was shocked of my reaction, because that is not the normal reaction. People play, but that's what some people will have done, if not get to a point where they start banter. And then because there is an ideology that if my car is missing, I will prefer that it's human being that is missing instead of my car. So we must stop this ideology. That is why government officials are not investing in this land. That's why he prefers to take his family on vacation than to spend the same money to build roads and reduce mortality rates or accident rates. Because a lot of mothers too, labors, would happen inside bad roads because there is traffic due to bad roads. And a lot of people would get complications. Some people have died because the time frame to take them between the point of accident to the nearest hospital was elongated because of bad roads. So we can't continue this way. We can't continue where our values are wrong.
We must start talking about
our values are wrong.
We must start making deliberate and conscious efforts
about it. Another set of values that is wrong that we must correct is the value that is not my business.
But the fact is not affecting me.
And Africans say it so well that you feel like something must be wrong with these people. Because they don't even know that that business that they think is not their business is actually their business.
Exactly.
It's your business. Boko Haram, has Boko Haram not become your business?
It's the business of everybody.
Kidnapping not become your business. So suddenly armed robbery became your business. Suddenly you are talking about expressway, not safe anymore. I thought you are minding your business. The consequences would not mind its business. So and in a situation like us, one of the bad things is that when you see the gathering of people who are obviously doing something wrong and that could be corrected and could be adjusted on time to shift their gel into something positive,
Right, yeah.
people will tell you it's not your business.
So they just walk away, or they just ignore. Since it's not affecting them, they feel
It's not going to affect them. That they are going to walk free, whichever way, and it's not going to touch them.
For that moment.
We are deceiving. It's obvious that we are deceiving ourselves. It's obvious. The result keeps showing us that we have deceived ourselves.
Very true.
But in order not to be a mad person, because it's only a mad person that will get to a point where everything is suggesting that it needs to change, and he is resisting
to change it.
to change. In order not to be a mad person, we have to start talking.
Yeah.
We have to start ranting.
Yeah.
It's our business.
And then making deliberate efforts.
Yes.
After ranting, we make deliberate efforts.
Yes.
To do something.
To do
about
something.
it.
That the Almajiris are on the street begging. It's your business. If they beg to a point and they are not found, obviously that life cannot give them a fulfillment. And if and every man has the right to the hierarchy of needs, the flow of hierarchy. You can say he's survivor today and tomorrow is influence. Just make sure that by the time that guy is ready to take power, you are no longer near him, because he's gonna attack you. He's gonna see you as a threat.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Fulani has become our problem. I thought they were not our problem. I thought they were just the Arabians who were walking stone throw. You were just having fun day in Nigeria. Suddenly they become our problem. But as a result of our value of saying that we are minding our business, countries who are doing well in the world are not just minding their business. Their business. They are also helping nations. There's SDG vision.
Yeah. It's global.
It's global.
It's not about their country alone.
UN came together and said we need to help underdeveloped countries to become developed.
Yeah.
Because it's their business. As long as you are human, you are connected.
Exactly.
So when even some of us or some people who have traveled abroad, who have escaped Japa, they are getting some leverage, some kind of leverage, because they are taking care of you, because they consider you as their business. Why would you? It's wickedness. It's wickedness. That you are black as I am black, as black as I am, and you think whatever happens to me
is not
your business. That is madness. That's madness to the highest order. So when I see people saying that, I realize that these people do not know what they are saying, because this is our business. The government's underinvestment into education has become your business. You know why? Even if you have the capacity to send your child to the abroad, just make sure you do not own a business in this country, because suddenly those ones that were not invested into will not be able to mind your business, to help you get your business
exactly to the point that you want it.
So if we are connected, we are connected, and that value of that this is my business should be there.
In fact, there are even the mates that you will employ into your house.
What's stopping us from having caregivers who are certified? Schooled caregivers. What's stopping us? What's stopping us from having such caregivers who are certified, who are trained to do that job? It even makes the job easier for you. So when you say you do not want to join the masses to protest of hike of prices of commodities, just remember that the school you're taking them, the school wants to make profit. They are not employing Cambridge graduates. You cannot even afford it. So they are still employing Onikoko University.
Exactly.
That's what they are going to employ, because they want to make profit.
Exactly.
The largest share of your investment into that school is going into structure. Go and check any school anywhere. It's structure. not human beings. So, but they are still going to be the one training your children. So you will see a first-class parent producing a non-entity as a child, and the question they now say is, I don't know where he got it from.
That statement.
I don't know where it got from. It's just like one former Nigerian president that made the word Kaaba trending. That everybody has said it's Kaaba, it's Kaaba. So it's as if your family too, you had a Kaaba that produced a child values of yours. No, you did it. You worked it. So in order for us to correct it, we begin to correct the new ones. We begin to work out the new values we want to see.
What should be the solutions?
So solution is,
what should be the solutions?
Let's begin to mind our values, our principles. Number one, do you have any set of principles? Or you just hustle, survivor? You can't live life for just paper. I hope you know that hustle that you're shouting is paper, printed, designed, and printed
by
human like you. That's not the real value. When Jackson did the show, he's not doing the show just to make paper, but yet paper keeps following him wherever he goes. His last show that he didn't, he was unable to perform. It was sold out. It was sold out even before the day of the show. So people were not investing into human because of dough. Government were not investing into their citizens because of dough.
Materials.
They were simply investing into them because that is what is right to do. So investing into people without any sentiment attached to it. I know Nigeria is difficult. We must survive. I know. But can we get to a point where at least human lives is placed higher than materials?
On human lives. So one of the solutions that you've just said right now is that we place quality value.
Yes.
On human lives. On human lives. No matter who the person is.
Yes.
No matter where the person is from.
Yes.
Place quality value.
Premium.
Yes.
Premium
value on
human
lives. And then being deliberate as a family, the principles that you are passing to your children, because it's these same children that will also go and start another family.
Very
and
true.
It's a trend that will continue.
Very true.
So it is what you teach your children now, they too will grow up and then teach another generation like that. So what we are ranting about is that the principles that is guiding us,
that you are connected. And let me just add to that.
Yeah.
That some people, I see a kind of this is a joke anyway. I see a kind of punishment happening in this country. A lot of rich persons, or the so-called mediocre rich, because actually the true sense is that there's no wealth in this country. But that's a discussion for another day. But the so-called mediocre wealthy people are giving birth to females. Most of them, you're going to check it out. So the question you're asking yourself is that, who is training the guy? Because at the end of the day, it's going to pressurize the lady too to go and marry.
Yeah.
Who is going to marry?
Yes, exactly.
Who is she going to marry? And at the end of the day, when she is married, who will control the house? So a first class trained married a zero class person to lead a family. That's why we are getting awkward.
What we are seeing
awkward life in this nation. We are seeing a first class passenger being piloted by a zero class pilot.
Very true.
We're seeing it, and there is always going to be conflict.
Yes.
That's why home is not stable right now.
Chaos.
Because the man is not trained. So what will punish the person actually is actually waiting. Is waiting. So all of us, we have a share of that stupid value of minding our business. We have a share. It's waiting for us.
Very true, very true, very profound, very, very profound. So the solution that we have profound tonight is that people should be conscious of the values that they are passing to their children.
Very true.
As a family, be conscious of the.
As a person, you start with
yes,
you.
it actually starts
with you.
Yes, as a person,
yeah.
lead yourself first.
Get some level of principle. Define your life by principles.
Yes.
Not by sentiment. Let some principles begin to guide you. For instance, personally, I don't fight people because of money. I don't. I have made my decision that I will never stoop so low. Where I will start having practical issue with people based on paper, money. That's the degrading way to fight. I can fight people because of policies. I can fight people because of their principles, but not because of paper.
Yeah. So lead yourself first. Let principles guide you first.
Yes.
Then, because after you are going to expand to become a family. Start raising families. So as you raise your families, as you begin to raise families, let's be conscious of the principles that you will also pass to your family. And then from a family, it extends to a society.
Very true.
And then from a society, it becomes a nation. Becomes a national thing.
Ideology.
Exactly. So the solution we are saying here tonight is that we should be deliberate about the principles that are guiding us, and then we should place
premium value on human lives.
So,
and that's what we are doing as a family.
Exactly.
So basically, my wife has an organization where she trains children, where we place premium values on young people, and we invest our resources into them, not what they can give us, but because that is what we must do. That's what we must do for us to have a better society.
Exactly.
For the society that has produced this so-called Boko Haram right now must change from the one that will produce the likes of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. Very good. So this is how we'll leave you tonight. If you have any comment, or you want to say something, or you want to kind of share your view on what we just discussed this evening, so you can just write it there, and then maybe when next we come back again, we can look into it. And then we'll also like to hear your view, your own way that you are also giving back to this society, and then giving back to Nigeria. And what is your own bigger picture for Nigeria, and how are you doing your own bits, and then we also call on other people that let's come together to do something deliberate about our nation. So till we see you again another time. Bye.